Um, so I wanted to make a video about how I am currently feeling about my voice, um, where I've gotten to, and like most of the day to day, I guess, of like still trying to do stuff and yeah. One second. Really important thing. Go drink your beer. No. Make sure that you hydrate. Hydrate or you dehydrate. Remember that. Yeah, so how I feel at the moment? Well, currently, a little bit of stuff in the throat. What I've learned is actually a lot of that is mental, even though like manifests physically. But if you really think about it, like it's a lot of mental stuff, and you can get over a lot of that. Make sure not to, you know, to clear your throat because it's not actually really good for your throat. It's better if you drink water and mentally try to forget that there's something really scratchy or like concrete in your throat, which is rough. But yeah, that's the thing. So how do I feel? I feel like I'm at like a okay place. Like I've had some good moments. I've had, maybe one or two people think that my voice sounds feminine, like kind of there's hints because my name is Julia and I normally either introduce myself or they know my persona online is Julia, and so they have an idea that I'm like feminine or she her pronouns, that sort of thing. But then they hear the voice and it's sort of matched up for them, which has been good. Hard to like get that feedback from someone like a stranger, but I have had it, so that's amazing. How do I feel like? So this is obviously not where I want to land with my voice, but at the same time, like if I do plateau here, and there's lots of work to do of plateauing here as well, because it's not the voice I use all the time. I definitely don't use this voice all the time. I go back into I don't know, not as good resonance, and with that the pitch as well drops off. I'm not trying to like. I don't want to end up with a high pitched voice, but to get the resonance currently, I have to go high. So it's part of it. It's a package deal for me currently. But I'm someone who would love to rock a deep, sultry female voice. And I think a lot of trans femme type people out there want to have that kind of voice, not like this kind of voice. But that's goals potentially. But if I ended up with like just having this voice is not too bad. And what I mean by like plateauing too is like that's kind of a good thing as well. I would like to be able to have this as like my voice all the time, and then leverage from there to the next, kind of thing. Work my way to different voices and stuff. This is way better than when I started off, obviously. I think, close your eyes and listen. It's like, okay, well, I can imagine, maybe she's a girl. Definitely still prefer myself to be a trans girl rather than trans woman because I'm not at that stage. Like, I didn't get to be a girl growing up. Quite frankly, I didn't get to live that way. And so, now I want to make the most of being a girl before I get to be a woman. That's how I feel. Anyway, that's a extreme tangent, but voice-wise, yeah, I'm rocking it. It's good. I think it's huge progress over 6 years of my life, and the biggest struggle I've ever had with anything ever, and it still is, and it is a daily thing, and it is voice dysphoria. It's the hardest thing I've ever done by none. Nothing will ever be harder than this for me. Requires coordination and stuff of things I don't understand. I still don't understand. But I found something that worked for me, and yeah, I still feel like all those YouTube videos, and I still think it's like, oh wow, that's great for them that works. Heat from fire, fire from heat. Like, cool. Okay, that's neat. But for me, never fucking worked. So I'm glad that I got to find stuff that worked for me. And I have massive, massive sympathy and empathy and all the empathies for people who go through this journey at any stage, and people who don't choose to change their voice or don't want to because of how fucking ridiculously hard it can be for certain people, in that squad. Um, just massive respect, honestly. I love the fact that I hear someone, and if I know them as being like female or she, her, or whatever you want to say, like if I know them as feminine, then I hear their voice as feminine. So like you can be technically sounding masculine. My brain does not read that way. It will hear you as being, a girl, a woman, whatever, femme. It's neat. I love that. And I know that I'm not the only one who has that. It's how brains work, right? You know people for who they are. It also makes it very difficult to have your friends and loved ones judge your voice because they can't always tell when you're doing stuff. So don't get upset with them if you make quite a big change and they're like, oh, you sound the same, blah, 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 blah. My boss at work listened to like an old recording of me from when we managed like the phone system back in the day. I used to be on call, and I was like on the answer phone message kind of thing, and she was like, "Holy shit, Julia, your voice has like changed so much." It's like, you don't recognize it. You don't realize how much. I'm no longer talking from the chest kind of thing. I'm talking up my head. I'm trying to use resonance, which is still a filthy fucking word to me. Fuck that. Fuck resonance. But anyway, we strive for it, but you can hate it too, because it's a bitch. Yeah. So I think, I'm a good place. If I plateau here, that's fine. Plateauing is good in a way, because I get to work on making this my voice more than 50% of the time. Like I say, you stub your toe and you go, oh, like in a feminine voice, you got it. You rocked it. Right? If you're doing stuff like involuntary voice is the voice, you fucking nailed it, bitch. Like, yeah, so that's how I feel. I won't natter on too long, but yeah, I am feeling good about it. I would love to have this voice all the time, but I'm not there yet, so lots of work to do. And in some ways it's exciting. In other ways it's daunting. I play games and I have good clips of me like, killing all the people in the game. This is shooters, right? I'm not a murderer or anything. And that doesn't translate well into real life, where I'm just like, kind of chill and cozy. But in the game, yeah, I can rock it. But then I look at the clip and it's like, oh boy, my voice has gone. I just sound like a dude, and I'm like, oh gosh. And I have to like clip around it and stuff, or remove the sound from certain parts. And it's like, I have work to do. So yeah, not a bad thing necessarily. Just that's a frustration, always will be, but we'll get rid of it. So one more to say. That's my German for today. Trying to live life. Now and then get pangs of like the negative stuff, thinking about, things and people and all that kind of stuff. But we get through because we have our goals, which are not very like, you must do this by this time. Why be mean to yourself? It says just like give yourself goals to be more you. Okay? Be more you. It's a great goal, right? So my goals are like that. And that's how we get through all the bad stuff and, get to keep the good stuff. No one can take away from you the good moments that you spend with people and that sort of thing. So hold on to it. Love you. Bye.